Hello friends, today we are gonna talk about these 7 hard truths of fat loss. These will hopefully be helpful for you wherever you're at in your journey, whether you are just starting or whether you're a couple years into your journey, if you're still trying to make progress, if you have a fat loss goal. Knowing these things is gonna be helpful. With weight loss just being such a massive industry, there's just a lot of lies and misconceptions and things that marketing people use to make us believe things about the fat loss process that are not necessarily true. And so it's just important to know these truths so you know what you're getting yourself into and you can plan accordingly. If you learn anything from this video, or if any of these particularly hit home or make you have a big realization about maybe what's been going wrong in your fat loss journey and you're looking for a little bit more guidance from someone who understands these things and isn't trying to just sell you on things to make a quick dollar, then I do have a full course on how to lose fat in a healthy, sustainable way called Fat Loss 101. It's currently open for registration at fatloss101.com. I'll leave a link down in the description box below. You can check it out. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. Unfortunate hard truth number 1 is that if you do it quickly, the results will not last long. I have talked about this time and time again, so I will spare you the 20-minute rant. But essentially, the techniques that you have to use to lose weight quickly are not the same techniques as the ones that you need to use to lose fat and keep it off long term. They're very, very, very different processes. If you want to lose weight quickly, I would tell you to do something entirely different than what to do to lose weight in a slow, sustainable way so that you cannot regain it every single time you lose it. If you don't care about regaining weight after you lose it, great, you do you. But most people don't want to go through all of the effort of trying to lose weight only to regain it and then yo-yo back and forth for the rest of their life. But essentially, sustainable fat loss just requires sustainable changes. And the techniques and changes that you make when you're going for fast weight loss are often unsustainable. Things like a really big calorie deficit, or entirely cutting out certain foods or food groups, or doing hours and hours of cardio a week. All of these things are things that you would not be able to continue to do for the rest of your life. They're things that maybe you can do for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, but then eventually you're going to stop doing them. And because you had such a short period of implementing these changes, you don't give your body time to adapt to the weight loss, essentially, and so you end up regaining it right back once you stop doing the things that made you lose it. If you want your results to last, you have to take your time. It's just a simple trade-off. Hard truth number 2. No one likes to hear this one. Everyone hates me for this one, but it's true, so I'm gonna say it anyway. And that is that sometimes you have to take a break from trying to lose fat in order to finally be able to lose fat and keep it off. If you keep trying and trying and trying to lose fat, you're just doing program after program after program, and your weight is not budging, or you're gaining and losing the same 10 pounds, then doing more of that is not going to get you any closer to your goals. It's going to keep getting you the same results, which is being plateaued or just yo-yoing back and forth. So there's 2 big reasons that you might want to consider taking a break from dieting, and that is essentially your metabolism and your hormones, which, to be fair, are kind of very intertwined. So maybe it's 1.5 reasons, not 2, but you know. But essentially, everyone says starvation mode is a myth, which kind of, yes, but metabolic adaptation, very real. Your metabolism is designed to adapt to your intake to keep you from losing or gaining weight. Evolutionarily, this was necessary. In times of famine, our metabolism needed to slow down so it wouldn't just wither away and die. So when you've been chronically dieting long term, that's exactly what your metabolism is doing, is slowing down to prevent you from withering away and dying in time of famine. The good news is this means your metabolism is perfectly healthy. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. You're not broken. You absolutely can fix it. But it also just means that continuing to try to stay in a calorie deficit is not going to get you anywhere, because your metabolism has already slowed down to adapt to your calorie deficit. And if you cut calories again, it's just gonna do the same thing. This is why the more time you spend in a calorie deficit straight without any breaks, the more time you spend just trying to lose weight without taking any breaks, the harder and harder it gets to lose weight. And then the part 2 or 1.5 of this is that being in a chronic state of deprivation energy deprivation, nutrient deprivation is going to lead to hormone imbalances. Your body needs a certain intake of energy and of nutrients to be able to just produce the hormones it needs to just do basic biological functions. If you're constantly deprived, if you're constantly telling your body that you are in a state of famine, it's gonna go, okay, famine is no good time to reproduce. We're gonna essentially turn off the reproductive cycle by messing with all of the hormones so that you cannot get pregnant, because it would be a bad time to do so. And voila! Hormone imbalance. And you don't have to have literally gotten to the point where you've completely lost your period to have a hormone imbalance induced by the chronic restriction. Like if you have any amount of PMS symptoms or anything like that, like PMS, common, yes, normal, no. It is a sign that something is wrong. And any amount of hormone imbalance or anything wrong with your health, honestly, is going to make losing weight harder in the long run. And I know that if you've been wanting to lose weight and trying to lose weight for years, it sucks to think about taking a step back and being okay with not seeing the scale go anywhere for a little while. Like for some reason, it feels so much better to be trying to slam your head against a brick wall to break through it than to take a step back and go, maybe I should go find a sledgehammer and then break through it. Like in taking that step back to get the sledgehammer, if we're gonna continue this metaphor, you feel like you're wasting time and you feel like you wasted so much energy already bashing your head against the wall that like you should just keep doing that because eventually maybe you'll be able to get through the wall. And this is where a process like reverse dieting comes into play, where you not only take a break from the chronic dieting, but you also implement a protocol to heal your metabolism and heal your hormones so that when you do get back to actively being in a calorie deficit, the right sustainable way, hopefully not through crash dieting, it will actually be effective. You can think of a reverse diet as the time that it takes you to walk away from the wall and find the sledgehammer and come back, and then you have a sledgehammer. Now your body is primed for fat loss. It is healthy, it is healed. And so once you are actually able to lose the fat, you're gonna be able to keep it off. You're gonna be able to use that sledgehammer, tear the wall down, and it's not gonna rebuild itself. If this sounds like you, then I recommend my comprehensive course on reverse dieting called Reverse Dieting 101, which you can find at reversedieting101.com. That is going to teach you how to heal your metabolism, heal your hormones, if your hormones are out of whack from chronic dieting, and position your body in a way to have that sledgehammer so that the next time you do a healthy, sustainable diet, it's actually effective. Truth number 3 is that if you are losing more than like 15, 20 pounds, it's probably going to require some long-term lifestyle changes if you want to keep that weight off. Your weight is essentially a combination of your genetics, your environment, and your lifestyle. And you can't change your genetics, unfortunately, but no one is genetically obese anyway. But there are a ton of lifestyle and environmental factors that you have control over that also impact your weight. So things like how sedentary you are, how frequently you work out, and those are two distinct things. Like you're still sedentary even if you're working out for an hour 7 days a week, if the rest of the time you spend it just sitting down. You need to be active throughout the day and getting in regular workouts. Also, your level of intake of processed foods and sugar is gonna impact your weight. Lack of sleep, oh, big one. Too much stress, also a huge one. And then environmental factors that can impact your weight include everything from the cleaning products that you use in your home. Like if they are on the more toxic end of the spectrum, that's just gonna be really rough on your body, and your body's gonna be spending more time trying to metabolize the toxins that it's being exposed to rather than burn fat. Could also be toxic relationships with your partner, with your parents, with your friends. Even the air quality and water quality affect your health, which affects your body's ability to lose fat. And you don't necessarily always have to overhaul your entire life in order to lose weight, but the point is that there are so many things that contribute to where your weight is sitting right now, and shifting some of these things is going to be very important for moving the needle on the scale and keeping it there. If you just implement a protocol to lose weight and then immediately go back to your previous lifestyle habits and environmental factors, etc., big chance the weight's just going to creep back on. Truth number 4 is that you may have to do things that you don't necessarily want to do in order to reach your goals. And I specifically say your goals here because this applies to a lot more in life than just weight loss. But I get comments from people all the time who are like, I I want to lose fat, but I don't want to resistance train, or I don't want to reduce my food intake, or I don't want to XYZ. And it's like, you can try, but you're probably not gonna get the results that you're after if you don't put in the work that is necessary to get to where you want to be. Like, nothing worth having in life is easy. You wanna get a degree to get into your dream career, you gotta do your homework. Like, no one wants to do their homework, but you gotta do it to get to where you wanna be. You want a healthy, happy relationship? You gotta work on yourself. You gotta work through your traumas. You gotta communicate. Like, you gotta do the tough stuff to get to the good stuff. And I think weight loss is just like a weird thing because the media and marketing tricks us into thinking that it should be easy, because telling people, oh, I have a product that makes weight loss super easy, like, that's gonna sell really well, right? And so that's the rhetoric that's out there, is like, take this pill, lose weight in 30 days, or like, do this program, get abs in 2 weeks. And it's like, that's just not, like, it's just lies. You're not gonna get long-term results with minimal effort. Truth number 5 is that it requires both a good mindset and a good program in order to lose weight and keep it off. Even if you have the best program in the world, custom written just for you, it won't do anything for you if you can't stick with it. And it can be hard to be in the mindset that allows you to stick with it, because oftentimes a really good program is going to take longer, and that can just be a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people, due to what I just said about how the media and marketing just perpetuates this idea that fat loss is supposed to be super quick and easy. Or even maybe you have a good mindset to stick with it. You're like, yes, I'm in this for the long run, but you have limiting beliefs around your ability to lose fat, perfectionistic tendencies that are getting in your way of being able to execute the program the way that you need to. There's a lot of different things that can kind of go wrong with your mindset that make executing even the best program really difficult. Even like a mediocre program, like one that's maybe not like super optimized for your body, but like still does things in a sustainable, healthy way, you're gonna get progress with that if you have a great mindset and you don't have any limiting beliefs or lack of discipline or anything like that. And having been a coach for so many years, I have directly seen how impactful this is, right? Because I'll work with clients one-on-one. I will write them literally the best program they could ever have to accomplish their goals. And if they have these different various mindsets in place, like, that becomes my job, is working through the mindset piece of it, because that becomes their limiting factor. It's not the programming, it's not their health. If it is, we work on their health, but like, it's the mindset piece that gets them stuck from being able to get to the next step. I have a full module on mindset and all of the various things to consider in Fat Loss 101 if you think that this is the thing that is really getting in your way on your fat loss journey. And I can almost guarantee that this is the thing that's getting in your way, because the previous 4 hard truths that I've talked about are all essentially mindset based. But then on the flip side, even if you have the best mindset, you have a great relationship with your body, you have a willingness to do what it takes, you have no limiting beliefs around your ability to lose fat and keep it off, if you have bad programming, you're also kind of screwed. And I think this is just a cycle that a lot of people fall into, is they start their weight loss journeys with a pretty decent mindset, but they don't have the knowledge and education around health and fitness, which is totally fair, and they end up falling into bad programming because they get sold on this idea that they can do this program for like 6 weeks and all of their dreams will come true, and they're like, great, I'm gonna do that. And then they try to do that and it doesn't work, or at least it works, and then they regain the weight, and then they keep doing quick fix after quick fix after quick fix, and nothing sticks, nothing works. And that starts to get to you. That starts to break down your mindset. That starts to make you feel like you are broken, or like you are just doing something wrong. It makes you start to criticize yourself, and it drags your mindset down with it. And so eventually you're like, okay, I need to implement a different strategy. Marissa has a great fat loss program that's healthy and sustainable, but it takes a lot longer. And then at that point, it becomes really hard to convince yourself to do a fat loss program that takes a lot longer because you're stuck in this negative mindset. By the time a lot of people realize that they need to take a more healthy, sustainable approach to fat loss, they've gotten to the point where they believe that they're never going to be able to lose fat anyway. They believe that they are broken. That's just really unfortunate. That's why I'm here. I'm just hoping that more people just starting their weight loss journey see these videos and don't get trapped in that cycle, because it sucks. The next hard truth is that not all body types are achievable by all people. And don't get me wrong, between building muscle and losing fat, you can pretty significantly alter the shape of your body, but you can't change your skeleton, your structure, your genetic fat distribution. For example, I have a relatively long torso and short legs. I am literally never going to be able to achieve the look of like long, tall, skinny legs because my legs are just not long in proportion to my body. I'm also genetically on the itty bitty titty committee, and there's nothing that I can do to spot gain fat in one area of my body. Like if you have wide hips because your pelvis is just genetically, structurally wider, you're not going to be able to change that. There's just people that are going to be genetically, structurally built more thin, more boxy, more curvy. And again, you can make a lot of significant changes by adding muscle in certain places. Like you can spot gain and spot lose muscle, which can make a huge difference, but you cannot spot gain or spot lose fat, and you can't change your bone structure. The one caveat I'm gonna add here is that hormone imbalances can make you more likely to store more fat in your midsection. And so if you have hormone issues and you heal them, your body may change how it distributes fat. But this is really why I recommend not having body goals of like being someone else's body, because the best you can do is the best you can do with your body. Like just strive to be the best version of yourself that you can be, and that's gonna cause a lot less of a headache. And last but not least, hard truth number 7 is that losing fat will not automatically make you love your body more. A lot of people want to lose weight because they hate their bodies. But if you are in the mindset, in the habit of picking apart your body, of looking at yourself in the mirror and going, ew, that's disgusting, that's not going to just automatically change as the number on the scale goes down. Losing fat and learning how to love your body, like truly love and appreciate your body, are two different goals that require different processes. Like if losing fat made you automatically love your body, then no one would develop eating disorders where they end up unhealthfully underweight. No one with anorexia who's already underweight is continuing to undereat because they love their body, or because the more weight that they've lost, the more they've grown to love their body and they just want to keep loving their body more, so they keep under eating. Like that's not how that works. And like if you want to lose fat, great, fully support you if that's coming from a healthy place. I talk a lot more about that kind of nuance in a video that I made recently about what like things to think about if you want to lose weight. I'll leave a link to that down in the description box below, because if any of this is hitting home, I recommend that video. But I think more importantly than reaching your fat loss goals is learning to love your body, because the amount of peace that is going to bring you is infinitely greater than reaching a number on the scale. For me personally, the biggest growth I had in my own journey towards self-love and like loving my body was when my body was at its worst aesthetically, I suppose. It was when I was going through topical steroid withdrawal. I gained a little bit of weight, but it was more the fact that my body was like super swollen and red and flaky, and like people were staring at me as I was walking down the street because I looked vaguely terrifying. Like there's nothing like strangers staring at you as you walk down the street because you look so abnormal that forces you to dig so much deeper to find that love for yourself and that love for your body. So in my experience, losing weight has never really made me love my body more. Like, yeah, it's nice to look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I'm looking good today, but like that doesn't really translate to the intrinsic, like true love that I have for my body. That love developed when I lost that aesthetic and was forced to dig deeper and find other reasons and other ways to truly love myself. And on that note, I'm gonna end the video here. Again, if any of this resonated, if any of this hit home, make sure you check out Fat Loss 101 or Reverse Dieting 101 if you think you might just need a break from losing fat to heal your body and heal your hormones. Links to both of those will be down in the description box below. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your fitness buddies. If you want to see more content from me all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you're notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!